Hey guys, it sounds like you're interested in the parts of a dental implant. So we're going to get into the fine details of what an implant is and the different pieces of parts. Okay, so pay attention. The first thing we're going to start with is the actual implant. You can see what one of these looks like right here. It looks just like a wood screw. They're made out of titanium. Now, believe it or not, the placement of dental implants is really easy on patients, and most of my patients tell me that they only needed Tylenol and ibuprofen to stay comfortable, because I know that implant looked pretty scary, but fear not, it's really not that painful. So you've got the implant, that's inside your bone, and we screw that in just like putting a screw into a piece of wood, and we make sure it's nice and tight. On top of that, there's two different things that screw into the implant. Either you have the cover screw, this, or you've got the healing abutment, this. Now, the reason that you'd have a cover screw or a healing abutment is to cover that implant and protect it during the healing process. Now, the most conservative approach when placing an implant would be to place the cover screw on top. When a cover screw is placed on top of an implant, the gums grow all the way over that implant. You can't see anything, okay? Now, we might need to do that if we wanted better predictability in the outcome of the implant, or if the implant didn't go in really tight. Then we'd put that cover screw on and do what we call burying the implant. We're gonna bury it under your gums. So that's when we'd use a cover screw. Now let's say you had really, really dense bone and the implant went in very tight, then we'd use that thing called the healing abutment. Now it's just a small metal cylinder, a cap that screws into the top of the implant. The reason we do that is because your gums grow around that cap, just like having an earring put in your ear. When you have your ears pierced and the earring goes in, your ear grows around the earring, creating a little hole. Well, the same thing happens with that healing abutment. And the reason we want a little hole in your gums is so we can come back and put the tooth into the implant. Now that's the final part of the implant that you need to know about. That's the tooth, or crown is what we call it. An implant crown gets attached to the implant that's in your jawbone. And those are the pieces and parts of an implant. Stay tuned, we're going to go into even more detail.